Man, it's a hot one this 4th of July, but that doesn't mean we're still not doing stuff. And even though I got a cold, we're still doing stuff. Right now, the guys aren't here. There's 3 of them working. We're getting ready to move the horses out here to this property, and hopefully there's 5 acres kind of catty corner from here. We'll be able to stick some out there as well, because unfortunately this property is only 2 acres, and so having that many horses for a long haul isn't ideal. So we're just doing what we can for now. We want to move the horses out this way. So we got the John Deere tractor out. We got some gating, some railroad ties. Oh, this is where the chickens go in at, where they could go underneath the deck and whatever. Where I had to go underneath there and put those boards up and staple all that together so they can't enter from this way. But that's where the faucet is, so for me to water the garden every single time. And I found that hole right there, and I just put those boards up and clipped the bad chicken's feathers this morning with my niece, Layla. Not all of the chickens have been getting in, so we just made sure we focused on the naughty chickens. So there's a man gate. And I found 3 squash bugs today, and they made their way to the toilet. So unfortunately, squash bugs are now showing their ugly faces. So everybody check your squash plants after watering. They live in the ground. They like to come up after it rains or you water the garden. And I just did because my plants are looking a little droopy. I know it's the middle of the day, but I'm going somewhere later. So I wanted to make sure it just got done regardless. I don't have that tiki torch post drove in the ground yet, and I forgot to water this little area to make sure it was soft so I could have an easier time driving the tiki post in, but whatever. So still nothing here. I don't think the chickens tore up all my seeds because I look at this container here. Oh, and there's another one. A little dragon's tongue bush bean sprouts. So funny part about it is I re-sowed this bed like 3 times. I only have 2 sad looking asparagus plants left. So cross my fingers, knock on wood, all that good stuff, that they survive. Look how scraggly they look. Yeah, bad chickens. But I do have bean sprouts coming up. There's one. And so I don't think that they got all of them. So last time I sowed out here, I did some Swiss chard and some perpetual spinach chard. And then today I did perpetual spinach because I'm out of Swiss chard. And Callaloo amaranth, which is like a heat-loving substitute spinach. And on the back, I planted Brunhild pole beans. They're just pole beans, they're just purple. I wanted purple peas and beans. That way it's easier for me to see to pick. And I know this trellis isn't going to be near tall enough, but hey, at least it's a trellis. And it'll at least give them enough support to grow. I'll have pretty good wind blockage from the deck anyway. So that's a good thing. Now, what's fascinating to me is these in here are Rutgers. And look how small these are ripening at. But if you come over to this plant, these are also Rutgers, and this fruit is huge. And it's not even ripening yet. It's crazy. I accidentally broke some stems trying to feed the tomato plants through my fencing trellis here. So I'm going to have to let a couple suckers grow out. I went ahead and pruned suckers earlier. Obviously, I may have missed some, but I like to let them grow out a little bit to make sure they're suckers and not you know, tomatoes themselves. But obviously with, if you don't know, cherry tomatoes are also indeterminate plants, but you don't prune them to one stem. You want them to do this. But I believe this is a black strawberry tomato growing. I can't remember. I'll have to pull out my seeds and take a look at what they're supposed to look like. But I'm going to assume that's black strawberry tomato. And I have some Kentucky squash growing, and I noticed one of the chickens started pecking at one. Is that a melon? Or like an acorn squash or something. I don't know. So yeah, they destroyed all my yellow straight neck squash, the chickens did. So I got some babies on there though. They haven't even blossomed yet, so we'll just wait and see. Hopefully they get pollinated. The bees have been out here doing their job. So this is the Kentucky squash I'm talking about, and I can't remember what it's called. I think it starts with a G, and it was supposed to be grown by the Miami tribe in Indiana. According to the seed packet, online it says it's a Kentucky squash. I don't know, but they pecked a little bit right there, so hopefully it doesn't affect this fruit. But if it does, I have some more right there, and on a vine going out that way. So I'm not resowing this pool yet, because if the chickens didn't tear this bed up, it's likely they didn't tear this bed up too. So I'm going to give it another week or two, since I just sowed it not too long ago, and see what it does. According to this Farm Your Yard app I got, I think that's what the app calls, it says I can plant melons and winter squash all throughout July. So I'm still on time. I mean, I still have enough time to plant that kind of stuff out. In fact, it says I still have enough time to plant okra out, and I really just kind of want to come in right here with this space and make space for okra, because okra is super healthy for you. I shared a YouTube video on my Facebook page about a doctor saying how awesome okra is for your health, and it's so easy to grow. I mean, it really is. It's like a beginner. It's a beginner plant for sure, like bush beans. Those are super easy too. I don't know what else I was going to say. Not much else going on, except for I'm excited to finally have the horses out here. I'm excited to finally have the chickens stay out of the freaking garden. And that's a big sigh of relief. Oops, I'm going to lock this gate up real quick. I know you guys are gonna at a weird angle. Bear with me. But that's the great news about it is I'm starting to have some relief from my frustrations. Yeah, I'm still dealing with puppy issues, but we'll be getting their parvo shots before long. Probably going to Rural King and trying to pick up the vaccinations ourselves and administer them ourselves. And then we could build a temporary fencing out here to put them at. Excuse me. Because they just keep stinking up my house. And my carpet shampooer pump went out. And so that's my luck now. Now that I got the chicken and garden situation under control, it's now shampooing the carpet and the puppy issue, keeping up cleaning with that. But I do enjoy them little cute farts, so I'll make sure I show them to you real soon. But I appreciate y'all stopping by. It's 4th of July or thereafter. I know a lot of y'all are busy. We're getting ready for canning season. So I appreciate you stopping by. I love you, and so does Jesus. God bless y'all.